So Jacksonville will start offensively. They will have first possession here as they open it up. Handoff on the right side, trying to bounce it outside, getting a little running room and being chopped out of bounds across the way. That is Rontarius Wiggins, a freshman tailback. Good looking freshman there. As you can tell, this guy's got some speed and good size to go along with it as he's able to get around the corner there before being knocked out of bounds by Burton, the sophomore from Hanley. Jacksonville football again. This is a junior varsity matchup. The quarterback out there for Jacksonville B team hands it off, coming to the near side, and not a whole lot of success that time. On the carry is Minor, and he'll be brought down. Again, a couple of periods of B team action here between these two, as they will Jacksonville football here to face a third down at about 7. Spread offense, little movement there, and it will get called. It's going to move it back 5. Left tackle over here on the near side, Braden Hodge. Check that. It was actually number 58. That is Carter Landers. Got a little start there as we try to get all of our information again for the B team. .09 left here. Going to play a 10-minute period. Back to pass, rolling out right side, trying to get to the corner, and does. But able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. Good coverage that time by the secondary for Hanley, as they were able to just blanket coverage everybody. As we try to track down a Jacksonville roster here up in the press box, we'll try to see what we can do about getting that together. And punting situation, so the Hanley offense will take the field. And again, if you're just joining us, the punts travel 35 yards. And so that will move the football and set it up inside the 30-yard line, about the 29. So our look at the Hanley offense. Quarterback going to be Quandarius Lyons, as he will get the start back there. Larry Strain, another one of those coaches we talked about last night, adapting to the game. One of those that used to be straight up wishbone and run oriented, but has learned to spread things out. And now you're seeing a Hanley team quarterback keeping it up the middle. Good run right up the middle for Lyons, and he will pick up about 14, maybe 15 yards. Good run out to the 44. You see right here, just breaking arm tackles, keeping those legs moving. Even at the point of contact, he is still able to keep the legs churning and power forward for more positive yardage. Quindarius Lyons is a sophomore quarterback. Flips it on the outside a little too tall, incomplete. Trying to hit number 44 out here on the outside, Jared Sears.
Lions picked up a good block there from Kagan Hamby, number 11, but looked like that was going to develop into a nice-looking play for Hanley, but the ball bouncing off of the receiver's hands and incomplete.
Brings up second down and 10 for the Hanley Tigers. This time they'll snap it directly to the running back. Scampering across the 45 to the 47-yard line is Hamby. They still haven't brought him down. He is continuing to run. They'll stay the forward progress stop, but Hamby will not go down as he just fields the snap. Good block on the inside there. You see Demarius Stevens for Hanley just unload in the interior there with a good pancake block. Tough running by Hamby.
Jacksonville cheated up their linebackers that time, and I would imagine those linebackers are pretty sad that they did that, because Demarius Stevens knocked one of them into a classic pancake block. Just planted him into the ground here at Burgess Snow.
Sweep to the near side, getting to the corner, turning it up to midfield. Taking it close to first down yardage for the Handley Tigers, Devontae Houston. As he will get the carry, just a classic sweep to the right side. Hamby again with a good seal block there. And you see Houston carrying it forward, getting it close to the 45-yard line.
First time we've seen Houston, he's a good looking back as well. As you said, with just a simple, they used to call it the toss 29 sweep there. Just turn around and pitch it to the tailback running outside.
Rolls to the left side, pressure from behind, throws it out. Good coverage in the secondary. They're going to get pass interference on Hamby there. As the coverage that time for Jacksonville, Jalen Trueblood comes up and arrived evidently a half a second too early, and they'll get pass interference on that one.
And just about a half a second late, you had Chris Davis coming off the corner for Jacksonville. He was coming off the backside, blitzing from his backside linebacker position. You'll see him coming off the screen. He was coming hard and about a half second away from having a thunderous hit. Could have easily been a sack. Nice effort by Davis coming all the way from the outside.
And they'll say interference there, and that moves it forward to the 30-yard line, where Hanley will have it first down at 10. Crowd continuing to build here on a beautiful, beautiful May afternoon. Lions keeper all the way. Quarterback draw to the 20-yard line, 15. Good run inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. He is belted down by Jaden Barksdale, but not until Lions scampers through. Look at the moves there on the inside. Very quick feet. And a great run for Lions to take it deep into Golden Eagle territory.
Lions with a good run that time. Obviously a lot of moves, great burst of speed in traffic, great vision that time to pick his holes and get down inside the 15.
Lions this time. He'll keep it again right side. 10 trying to get to the corner to the 5. Chopped down inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. Brought down there by Jules Gray.
Jules Gray went low, but not before he was able to pick up about another 10 yards or so.
And down on the field is Quindarius Lyons. He's not been able to. He stood up momentarily, went right back down. They're going to check on him over here on the sideline. But Gray just chopped the legs out from under him, and so he's pointing toward the lower part of his leg. So they're going to check him out there. As you can see, medical staff on hand. I think they're going to be able to get him up and help him get to the sideline. I don't know if favoring ankle, as they'll help him off. Larry Strain, my goodness, the years he's put in, what a tremendous coach that man has had. 18 career years as a head coach. Spent a year at White Plains, most of his career at Woodland, 110 and 89. And he has really done well down at Hanley. Handoff up the middle, going to be a touchdown. Power football carrying it in for Hanley. He is number 40. And that is Keyshawn Morgan, the freshman. You just see him lower the shoulder, get under the defender, and just carrying him into the end zone.
Very impressive opening drive on the ground, mostly by the Handley Tigers, as they take it the length of the field and score to draw first blood here in this JV portion of the Handley-Jacksonville game. Don't forget, we'll have coming up varsity action will be coming up next as we play this round robin between Handley, Jacksonville, and St. Clair County.
Hudson Burns on for the extra point. He'll put it up, and he will drill it. So 7-0. The Tigers take the early lead here over Jacksonville with 6.5 minutes remaining in the first. Tony Sarah Ford's scoring drive, you see it there. 8 plays, 71 yards, 2 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock. And the Tigers' first possession, very impressive offensively.
Very efficient, averaging about 9 yards per play, 2:11 off the clock. All of that, I believe, Tom, was on the ground. And just a very impressive opening drive. And I'm impressed with all these games we've seen. I've been impressed with the B team. They look like they're in midseason form. Sometimes it's amazing. We've seen the B team look a little bit sharper sometimes than the varsity has.
You know, and that's something that really this weekend has been impressive is you're not seeing a lot of, and I don't want to jinx this, but you're not seeing a lot of fumbled snaps. You're not seeing a lot of false starts and a lot of things that you would expect to see in spring. It shows the quality of the players and the quality of the coaching that is going into these programs, because they've been able to function very well on both sides of the football. Handoff right side, getting to the corner, and chopped down. Good open field tackle up to make the hit. Kadarius Burton for Hanley as he will chop down number 19 Wiggins. You see right here, Wiggins just cannot get loose, and a good open field tackle again by Hanley.
Wiggins was about to turn the corner and get some big yards that time before being chopped down by Burton for no gain. Maybe a foot he gained on that play.
Good look there at the quarterback, Jalen Trueblood for Jacksonville, as he will fake the speed sweep. And now he's going to keep it, go right side and drill. That's going to be Hamby on the stop for Hanley. Kagan Hamby's had a good opening period here. Not sure that he didn't want to give that football on the speed sweep, but you see Hamby, textbook tackle right there. Head on the football, drives him back, and it's going to be 3rd down and long for the Golden Eagles.
Hamby with some nice blocks on the offensive end at that time. A good, as you said, textbook tackle, wrapping up with both hands, driving his feet backwards, and again, a very short gain, less than 2-yard gain, so it will be 3rd and long once again for the Jacksonville JV offense.
We'll call it 3rd down, about 7. Rolling out right, got pressure, stops. Now going to throw it all the way across the field. Going to be tipped once, twice, and almost picked off by Hamby. But he'll break it up, and it's going to be 4th down. That time you saw Trueblood roll all the way to the right and then stop and throw it back across the field. You never want to throw it that late down the middle. And he's lucky to be allowed to punt this one, because that had interception written all over it. You see the coverage, triple coverage by Hanley. There's a 4th defender in the box as well.
Nicholas Hamby, Jackson Whaley, Devontae Houston, and of course Kagan Hamby again. 4 red jerseys in the area. Very dangerous throw. Very lucky that was not intercepted by one of those 4 guys in red.
Hanley offense will take over, starting at the, looks like the 27-yard line. They'll start this drive. We got 5:05 left here in the first period. They'll be playing 2 periods. As football will continue throughout the day here at Burgess Snowfield.
Next game coming up will be varsity action. Handley will stay on the field and bring their varsity, and they'll take on the St. Clair County varsity as Lance Smith has his Saints over here from Odenville. And we'll see varsity action and then more varsity action between Jacksonville and St. Clair County after that game.
Lions high snap. It's going to bounce off and be recovered by Jacksonville. That was a new quarterback in the ball game for Hanley. In the backfield was Corey Bell, and the snap was too high for him. You see it. He tried to climb the ladder, couldn't get it. It bounces away, and Johnny on the spot there is going to be Jalen Trueblood again, and he'll get the fumble recovery. So now Jacksonville, excellent field position. They'll start this drive inside the 15.
Trueblood did a great job that time. He thought about picking it up. It's tempting in that situation to want to scoop and score, but he did the right thing there when he saw that he might have some trouble scooping it up. He just fell on the football to make sure that Jacksonville kept the football, and now they're great field position inside the 15.
Luke Jackson back in there at quarterback. First down at 10, just inside the 15-yard line. He'll give it left side. Wow. Nice hit in the backfield for Hanley, and that is Jared Sears. Defensive end steps up, and he will plant Rontarius Wiggins in the backfield. So a big loss there on first down out to the 21. Good look there at Sears as he just beat the block, stepped in there, and made a great tackle.
That's going to be a huge loss. They had the ball inside the 15. Now they're back to the 20.
So 2nd down. Screen on the outside. On the catch. Breaking a tackle inside the 15. And will fight his way down to the 10-yard line. Wiggins again with the football. Great run after the catch. You see him shake the first defender. Gets a great block on the outside. Able to get to the boundary there. But you always got to look at those guys clearing the path. Demarion Stewart gets a good block there to free him up.
Wiggins just using his speed that time. Once he caught that pass, he just ran by Christian Nash, 18 working on 18 there. And he got not only the lost yardage back, but he got 5 more to boot, bringing up 3rd and 5.
We gave Wiggins credit. That's actually minor on that carry, on that catch. But handoff here, nothing doing. Hamby up to make the hit.
For Jacksonville, it's been 5 yards back, 10 yards forward, and now another almost 5 yards back as they lose 4 more again on that play.
Under 4 minutes left here in the first period. Handley on top 7-0. Jacksonville facing a 4th down and 10 right inside the 15-yard line. Big play here. Little confusion. Now they'll set up shop and have to spend a timeout. Play clock was winding down there, so the Golden Eagles will take a timeout. Try to sort things out here. Clint Smith try to get things kind of organized on his sideline, but good look there at Clint Smith. 15th year as a head coach. He, of course, had a stay at Sachs and also Trinity Christian down in Oxford, 85-64. Overall career record. 5th season at the helm at Jacksonville.
We are getting old, Tommy.
I know.
15 years Clint Smith as a head coach, 5 here in Jacksonville. It just seems like yesterday that he left Sachs to come to Jacksonville, but he'll be entering his 5th season. 2016 will be the 5th year at the helm of the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, and has done a really fine job of building this Golden Eagle program. And tell you what, in that Class 4A Region 6 this fall, that's going to be a tough area. You got Cherokee County loaded, a lot of folks coming back. Anniston moving down from 5A into that region. Perennial power Aniana's in there as well. His old school Sachs is in that region. But Jacksonville's going to be right at the top of that. As a matter of fact, a lot of folks talking about the noise that they expect Jacksonville to make in that region.
Yeah, and as we mentioned a little bit earlier, so many starters coming back. And the team that went 6-5 last year and had some really big wins down the stretch. And this year, you expect more out of them. And I think that Jacksonville will really be a force to be reckoned with in that region. Right here, they face 4th down. And about 10, just inside the 15-yard line. Back to pass is Jackson. In trouble, rolls out, scrambles away from trouble. Good move. Now he's going to flip it toward the end zone, but it's picked off. That's going to be down the far sideline. And bringing it out to about the 19-yard line for Hanley is Burton. Coverage was there. Jackson just trying to make something happen. But Burton gets the interception and will bring it out. So 1st down and 10 for the Handley Tigers.
That play looked like disaster at first. Looked like he was going to be sacked. Then he wheeled away from the defenders, and it looked like he was going to turn that into a big play. But then he just a little bit too long in getting the pass there. That allowed a very quick Handley secondary to react, and Burton goes over there to snag the interception. And
credit the secondary for not giving up, because it looked like the play was dead. A lot of times you give up coverage there, but Burton still with blanket coverage. Handoff up the middle. On the carry that time for Hanley, Brandon Plouffe. He is a freshman.
That's Brandon.
And he will get a yard. As we said, quarterback in there now is Bell, and the starter, Quindarius Lyons, went down with a leg injury, so this is the 2nd team B-team quarterback. Now it looks like under center, sweeps it back to the right side, trying to get to the corner. 20-25, slips a tackle there. And out to the 29-yard line goes Devontae Houston.
We called Houston's name on the defensive end, one of those pass breakups earlier, but showing what he can do on the offensive end. Some nice moves, cuts it back, drags a Jacksonville defender for about 4 more yards. Nice looking run there by Devontae Houston, another guy that is a rising 9th grader. So this guy, Tommy, is just in the 8th grade right now.
Same with the guy playing quarterback right now, Corey Bell. As he is in there as an 8th grader, bobbles it, picks it back up. Now he's going to try to get to the outside. He's in trouble. He'll just go down there.
31 slips down.
So he slips down back at the 24-yard line.
Corey Bell.
Going to bring up 2nd and 15.
Jacksonville all over that, just nowhere to go. 5 white jerseys in the areas. Once he had that hesitation, Jacksonville was back there and bringing the heat. Big loss now for Hanley as they lose about 5 yards on that play.
You know, if you're Coach Larry Strain, you really have to dial it down really when you start talking junior varsity, but then when you have to go to a second-team quarterback in JV, and you've really got to keep it kind of basic, rolling out. I say that just as soon as he has a rollout play and throw it here to Hamby. And a flag comes in from the side. And we will get the call over here with 1:51 left in the first period.
Chris Davis and Jalen Trueblood again bringing the heat. We called Davis's name a couple of times coming off that backside corner. And again, he was breathing down the quarterback's neck, bringing some heat that time, forcing an errant pass.
Illegal man downfield against Hanley. That will be declined. So brings up 3rd down and long.
It's a tempting thing for a lineman. Tommy, you were an offensive lineman, and when a play breaks down like that and it kind of turns into a little bit of chaos, it's hard for a lineman, isn't it, to have your bearings and know where we want to go down there and block somebody. You want to find somebody to block, but you got to be so careful.
Sweep to Houston. He'll try the left side, cuts it back. Good positive yardage across the 30 to the 31, maybe the 32. But he'll be shy of the first down, so it's 4th down for the Tigers. You see good blocking out there on the perimeter, and Houston does a good job of reading that block, cutting it back, and finding a little gap to get positive yardage.
Been impressed with Houston. Houston, the times we've seen him carry the football, kind of guy that is hard to get your hands on, and then he's very tough, though. You think, well, a lot of times those guys are not physically tough, but this guy breaks tackles and runs over people also. Been very impressed by that young man as we have another 35-yard punt. If you're just joining us, the rules, we basically have one timeout per quarter or per half. There is no live kicking as far as place kicking goes. You are allowed extra points and field goals, but there's no rush, there's no block. And then also there is absolutely no punting whatsoever. So if you elect to punt, you can go for it on 4th down, but if you elect to punt, then you're looking at basically a 35-yard punt. As we take a look at the St. Clair County Saints, we mentioned them. They'll be in varsity action against the Handley varsity coming up next.
Jacksonville football offensively. See if they can get something cooking. Throw on the outside, catch is made. And out to about the 34-yard line. Houston on the stop, but not before Landers can get positive yardage. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Tommy, I believe this is about the 3rd, maybe 3rd year at least in a row that St. Clair County has come over to be in this.
2016 Gridiron Challenge here at Burgess Snowfield. I'm Tommy Wood along with John Holder. Back to pass again as Jackson rolls out right. Looking now in trouble. Tucks it under and tries to run. Looking for a block, doesn't get it. He'll bounce it outside to about the 35-yard line. So still going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Going to bring up 3rd down.
I said Luke Jackson. That is actually Trueblood in there at quarterback.
Kyrie Manor was looking for somebody to block over here for Jacksonville. He had his choice. There were 3 red jerseys, and he couldn't block all 3 of them. He had to choose one, and the one he missed was the guy who made the tackle.
Big 3rd down play for the Jacksonville offense. Handoff goes to the left side. Not a whole lot cooking over here for Wiggins, and he will lose yardage. It's 4th down, and now the Golden Eagles have to punt it away. You see him try to bounce it outside, and there's Hamby waiting. And Hamby goes right for the midsection, grabs the legs, and holds on to the Friends Arrive. And tell you what, Strain has got a player there in Hamby. He has been impressive here in this ballgame.
I was just about to say, Hamby's just one of those guys, not flashy, not the fastest guy, not the biggest guy on the field, but he's one of those guys that just seems to be where the football is, and he makes plays. And he does those things that don't show up in the stats so many times. How many times have we seen him already today make a block, make a open field tackle that could have been a big play, just
pass
a normal
deflection,
tackle, pass deflection. I mean, just one of those guys that does his job and just a solid football player who makes plays that you might not notice, may not be spectacular, but when you start going back, coaches looking at the film, they're plays that either prevented or on the offensive end made a big play.
Just a ball player. That's pretty much what you see right there. Back under center this time. Corey Bell. First down and 10 for the Hanley Tigers. Handoff Houston. Hit and driven back. Good play defensively that time by the Golden Eagles. That is Avery Cosby from the defensive end spot, able to sling him to the turf. Second down and long.
Cosby just shedding the tackle, or the blocker that time. Good open field tackle once again. And that's the thing we talked about last night. We've talked about it today. Is it's amazing with only about 10 days of practice, the fundamentals. You just have not seen a whole lot of missed tackles. The blocking has been crisp, and the tackling has been really impressive, both last night in the games we had and the games we've had today.
7-0 after the first period. The Hanley Tigers take a 7-0 lead here. And that is the junior varsity matchup. So we're just going to do evidently just one period. So just a one-period JV game. So now St. Clair County will get prepared to get on the field. You see them warming up down here to our right, but the two teams meeting out here in the middle of the field.
Well, the original plan was that they were, and the coaches have kind of been changing this as we go along. We saw this last night in the Oxford-Ray County, Tennessee game, where they actually added an entire quarter to it in the last game last night. But the original plan, the information we had, was that the JVs between Handley and Jacksonville were going to be 2 8-minute JV quarters, and instead they went with 1 12-minute JV quarter.
Okay.
So apparently that's what we're seeing, and we're going to see the teams warm up again. The varsities now warm up as Jacksonville will go off, and then we're going to see St. Clair County come back on. They have yet to warm up, and I guess the Handley varsity has not warmed up. When they warmed up earlier, I think it was just the JVs
just
that warmed
JV,
up.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So they put 10 minutes on the clock, so there'll be a 10-minute time here between what we thought was going to be 2 quarters, but apparently a 10-minute time between 1 quarter. We go now right on to the varsity between Hanley and St. Clair counties.